The Social Security Administration is expected to release a big announcement on the next cost of living adjustment. Many beneficiaries will start to receive their new monthly benefit increase amount. Several lawmakers are pushing for an overall benefit boost worth $2,400. Social Security beneficiaries can expect the cost of living adjustment increase in 2024. The news comes as a welcome relief for millions of Americans who rely on these benefits to cover essential expenses. The COLA is designed to help Social Security benefits keep pace with the rising cost of living. And while the exact percentage of the increase has not been officially announced, sources indicate that it is expected to be in line with current inflation rates. COLA increases are a standard practice in the Social Security program. These adjustments ensure that the benefits provided maintain their value over time. As the basis for determining the COLA increase, the SSI utilizes the percentage increase in the CPIW from the third quarter of the previous year to the third quarter of the current year. There has been a continued upward trajectory of the CPIW since 2022. And based on the current state of the economy, the 2024 increase is not expected to be as big as last year's record 8% increase, but it should be taken enough to make a notable difference in January. After an assumed 3% COLA increase for the year, a retiree can expect to see a monthly increase of $55. Checks are dispersed on scheduled Wednesdays each month, and the schedule depends on your birth date and when you start receiving Social Security benefits. In just 5 days, direct payments worth $1,000 will be sent out to recipients. The official announcement of the year is eagerly awaiting, and the exact figure will not be unveiled until October 12th. Upon the release of the third quarter inflation data, in Medicare Part B, premiums play a role in Social Security recipients' bottom line. Even the Part B premiums are automatically deducted for most beneficiaries' checks, and those deductions cannot even have a major impact. The Senior Citizens League Social Security policy analysts warned that Part B premium increase can take most or even all of the COLA. Lawmakers from both sides have proposed new plans to help adjust Social Security benefits. Bernie Sanders even worked with his colleagues to put forward a plan that would send $2,400 in extra benefits each year. Also, Nancy Pelosi announced today that she will seek re-election as Democrats try to win back the majority. And now she's made the announcement before volunteers and labor allies in San Francisco, in the area she has represented more than 35 years. Republicans control the House, but just narrowly. With a one-vote vacancy, Democrats believe they have a chance to regain the power.
I join you on this solemn day to renew our sacred vow. Never forget. Never forget. We never forget. Each of us, each of those precious lives stolen too soon when evil attacked. Ground Zero in New York, and I remember standing there the next day and looking at the building. I felt like I was looking through the gates of hell. It looked so devastating because from where you could stand. Shanksville, Pennsylvania, the Pentagon in Virginia. I spent many 9/11s in those hallowed grounds to bear witness and remember those we lost. Every day, but especially the last few days, their memory has been with me. I'm just returning from the G20 summit in India, where we strengthened America's leadership on the global stage, followed by a historic trip to Vietnam, where we transformed our partnership in one of the most critical regions in the world. These trips are an essential part of how we're going to ensure the United States is flanked by the broadest array of allies and partners who will stand with us and deter any threat to our security. To build a world that is safer for all of our children, something that today of all days we're reminded of is not a given. Because through this military base is located on Ground Zero, we know the distance did not dull or diminish the pain we felt all across the nation of September 11th.
Troops burned tires, poisonous chemicals, and human waste.
We owe you. You're the backbone, you're the steel, you're the sinew, you're the very fiber that makes this country what it is. This law is long overdue, but we finally got it done together.
The issue's personal for the president. His son, Bo, died of brain cancer years after serving in Iraq.
There is breaking news. You actually could qualify for a one-time direct deposit. So many Americans are ready to receive this much-needed stimulus check. Several states have already approved a new plan that will affect the cost of the pump. And now the residents of Colorado can expect to start the new year off strong, thanks to a payment they'll receive at the end of the year. This cashback program will give taxpayers who filed their taxes by October a payment of $750. This is a huge stimulus check that will help out so many people. because the payment would be for state residents who filed an extension. The first round of payments was for people who had filed their 2021 taxes by June 30th, which were paid to residents by September 30th. To be eligible for this payment, residents of the Centennial State must be 18 or older, and be residents of Colorado for the entire 2021 income tax year, and have filed a state income tax return for 2021 or applied for a property tax or a rent rebate. And anybody who was a resident of Colorado for the entirety of 2021 and has since moved away can still receive this check as long as they filed their taxes before June 30th. And now, due to better than expected revenue projections and escalating inflation, the state of Illinois passed the annual increase in gas taxes and its tax on grocery items for a period of time. But both levies will make their return in 2023. In fact, the inflation-based gas tax increase could occur twice within a 6-month span, while the grocery tax will return this summer. As part of the state's 2023 fiscal year budget, a mandatory increase in the gas tax that was tied to inflation was delayed by 6 months. That number turned out to be 8.2%. And as a result, Illinois motorists will see a fuel tax increase of roughly 3 cents a gallon, bringing the total tax fuel on unleaded gas to 42 cents per gallon. The annual inflation-based increase in the state's gas tax goes into effect on July 1st each year because of the Rebuild Illinois Infrastructure Bill, which passed the General Assembly in 2019. Prior to that, the state's gas tax had been locked at 19 cents a gallon for nearly 20 years. But that bill increased the tax to 38 cents a gallon in an effort to fund infrastructure projects around the state. Annual increases were also put into place with the bill, with a tax tied to the CPI's annual increase. Under terms of the state's 2023 fiscal year budget, the tax increase for fiscal year 2024 will still go into effect, meaning that motorists could see 2 fuel tax increases in the same year. That budget also suspended the state's tax on grocery items for 1 period of years, and that will make a 1% tax on returns for anything from July 1st, 2023 until next year, 2024. Another form of help is being sent to Americans in northern states like Rhode Island, but the families who want to apply for these $750 checks must have filed the necessary form to do so. Because according to state officials, if you file the paperwork and meet the requirements, you will get this check. In one of the most recent budget plans that passed, a rebate for Rhode Island families was included. The payment will be $250 for a qualifying child and a maximum of 3 children that will get up to $750 per household. The governor believes supporting children or parents is an essential way to keep the economy growing. I agree, folks. I agree that stimulus payments should be sent out, and stimulus checks are important for the people that need it. So, Joe Biden should do something right now.
Hold back so many of our children from that promise of equal opportunity. Disparities in education, disparities in economic opportunity,